Okay, so I'm just waiting for everything to connect right now. And I know that usually takes just a couple of seconds. So I've just got my drawings here. I think I'm connected now, so it looks pretty good. Hi everyone. Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. It is very hot here. Hello, I see the little hearts. Thank you so much. Hi Melissa. Hello Melissa. Hi Sandra. Hello. Ooh, from Pennsylvania. Hello. Hi Jude. Yes. Hello. Hello, hello. And also to everyone else. Hello, hello. Yeah, I hope you have a snack. My snack for today is some yogurt. I went shopping earlier and it looked good, so I hope it's good. It's my food for today. It is so very hot. It's going to be over 100 degrees here every day for about the next week, and it's just my mind is having a hard time dealing with that thought. So that's what I've got going on over here. Yeah, hello. Hi, Dee from Australia. Yeah. Melissa says it's been a while since you've gone to a live stream. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here. I am. I'm very glad you're here. Hi, Tash. Hello. Oh, you've missed me. Oh, that's so nice of you. I missed doing this too. I do really enjoy it. It's just when I am not well, it's very hard to do much of anything. And I think that's the case for so many of us. And if you're wondering what I've got here, some of you have already been following the work that I've been doing the last couple of days, but anyone who doesn't know, these drawings are my drawing number 2 and drawing number 3 for my Inktober challenge. I am a few days ahead. Those of you who are just getting started today, you could always check those out. So we're kind of to find some inspiration for your drawings if you're doing Inktober, or maybe you just want to join and have some fun. This is what I've got. They're not quite done. I've got these little, it's always the spheres that end up happening last. They're a lot of work. You can see I did all these over here. They're always the very last thing I deal with, just because they're so intense. So much work, yeah. But I think it turned out pretty well. I think it did. Yeah, Bebop and Becca from, is it, I hope I don't sound ignorant, is it Virginia? Southwest Virginia? Let me know for sure. And I do want to note something for those of you who did watch yesterday's live stream, whether you were there in person or you watched it afterwards. I'm just trying to find a piece of paper to write this on. This one, there we go. So this pattern, so this design that I showed you how to do yesterday during the live stream, I'm just zooming in so you can see it. So this right here, this is my version of a pattern that was done by Annie Oken, and I do want to provide you with her name, and she is a Zentangle instructor. So this is her name, and you can just find her work at her website like that. And she is absolutely amazing. Some of you probably already know about her. Yeah, for sure. Some of you already know about her. She is so good. Her designs are always so very inspiring. So if you are wondering, her inspiration was a tangle named Divi. I think it's called Divi, and then she did a variation of it that kind of changed it something like this. She calls it braided Divi, and then I changed it so it looks kind of like a leaf. So I still give her credit, definitely. It was a very beautiful design, and ever since I saw it, I knew I wanted to use it for my leaves, and so yeah, for sure. Check out her work. It is absolutely beautiful. And I will provide the link when we're done here. I'll put it in the description of the video. I will certainly do that. I want to just show it to you really quickly because it is so amazing. I hope I have it open. I feel like I left the tab on my phone so I could share it with you. And then we'll get started. We'll definitely get started in just a second. Here we go. So So this is from her website. And her lessons, she does offer lessons that you can pay for, and then I believe you have access to them. Yeah. yeah, for sure. The tangle, the tangle is called Divi, and braided is her version of it. It is just gorgeous. I believe I saw it in her blog, because she has a blog, and you can kind of read all about it and see like a little snippet of it, and you can kind of see right there where the inspiration is from. She's very good at her teaching. She does it really well. And then you can see other things as well, and just kind of scroll through there. But yeah, just go to anyoken.com and you can see all sorts of good stuff like this, for sure. But yeah, there we go. I wanted to make sure that you knew about her. I'm not going to claim the design. I was just inspired by her. So let's get started drawing today. Let's draw today. Let me zoom out because I'm so close. I'm just in there right now. Super close. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I did see your comments. Yeah. Melissa was saying that you know her. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I spelled it for you guys, and then the tangle is named Divi. And Bebop and Becca, yeah, Southwest Virginia. Okay, I did catch on. See, I got it. So I'm just gonna start prepping another page that I've got here. I need to remove a little bit here, and that's fine. I'm just going to use my rusty trusty enormous, there we go, my ruler. It's just something I'm doing really quickly to set up the book. I do want these all to be in a nice printable design, and I'm just trying to make them all look nice and professional and nice and clean. You do not have to do this. This is just something I'm doing for my own personal project. And let's say I want to do an interesting frame for this, so I'm going to push in my lines about 1/2 inch. Sometimes it's nice to create interesting little frames, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to start framing. I have some ideas of some designs I might want to try, but I cannot guarantee what is going to end up on today's drawing. I don't have any particular designs in mind today. I do not. I do not. But yeah, at any point, please let me know if the camera gets weird or if you can't hear me or anything like that. As always, you can let me know. And I believe that creating a box like this is very much a Zentangle thing. I know I've seen so many artists kind of create a box kind of to contain the designs. It's a good idea. I think it is a good idea. So all I'm doing is just using my ruler to create another line for this little frame that I'm kind of creating. That's all I'm doing right now. Making use of this grid pattern that's on my wonderful ruler here. If you don't have one of these, I don't think this is a Westcott brand, but one of the most popular brands are Westcott. It's just a quad ruler. It's really, really handy. You can find them all over the place. You can find them at your art store. You can go online and find them. They're very, very good stuff. Okay, there we go. So I have a nice little frame now. Finally. I just didn't know yet before. So what I am going to try to do is try to start filling this in. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to zoom in just a little more. I know that some of you may be watching on your phones, so I'll try to get in there so it's even clearer. Yep. Oh, Oztango, hello again from Australia. Nice. Oh, it must be, what time is it for you, Oztango? It must be super early in the morning for you right now. Oh yeah, Melissa said you got yours at Hobby Lobby. I'm guessing you have one of these rulers? Yeah, Hobby Lobby has them. Though you try to avoid shopping there. Yeah, I have not been in a Hobby Lobby in a long time. For personal reasons, yeah. I don't like it in there. I don't like what they do. But I guess that's... I feel like we all have places like that. Like, for some reason, I just have not set foot inside of a Burger King in forever. I don't know why. That one, there really isn't a reason. I just haven't gone to a Burger King in forever. Okay, so I am going to start grabbing a couple of pens so that you know which ones I'm using. I've got an 04. This is going to be my medium one. Have a size 1. This is going to be my big boy. I'm going to use this kind of like a big permanent marker. And then if I do get around to doing tiny details, I will go down to a 0.1. So this one is just a Pentel point liner, and so it's a 0.1. This is my rusty trusty best friend. The 0.1 in this set, I already used it up, so that's kind of what's going to be happening today. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oztangle, 7:30 in the morning. Yes, I knew it. I knew it was early for you. Perfect time. It is a nice time, yeah. Hi, TSS Tech Angel. Trying not to melt. Waiting on Amazon for your pens. Oh, yeah. 106. Aren't you in Arizona, if I recall correctly? Or correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Where I'm at, it is going to be 106 tomorrow. I'm not happy about that. I can't believe we're getting another heat wave again. Very unhappy. Very, very unhappy about that. I'll survive though, but yeah. We'll survive. It's not good. Oh yeah, some of you might be... Yeah, it's early for some of you guys. I'm glad you're here. It's a nice thing to kind of get your day started with. I'm taking a look at this design. Some of you have seen it. This is one that I've always been really excited about. I think I might want to do some of this. As I'm kind of reading some of your comments, I'm taking a look at this. I think I want some of this. I'm gonna do some of this today. Yeah, definitely. Oh, TSS Tech Angel, you're in Northern Cali. Okay, got it. So you're in my time zone. Yeah, it's hot here right now. It's hot. Yeah, Melissa said you watched Audrey Shantz for Inktober watercolor version. Oh, nice. Oh, and then you watched Angela Porter's. Yeah. This is the best time. You gotta watch all the art. You gotta do all the art and watch all the art. I think I'm going to start putting some of these design elements in. If you haven't tried these before, this is my own personal brand of drawing. I think of them as kind of these Mayan designs. I envision them in my mind as kind of made out of stone, but also a little bit technological, that kind of thing. Yeah, Jude says, you live in the UK, you've had constant rain for the last 2.5 days. Oh, that's nice. What kind of rain was it? Was it like a cooler rain? Hopefully a nice cold rain and not a hot rain. The hot rains are a little intense, very intense. I'm going to do circles. I wonder if I should just incorporate some gears into this. I could do my 5-circle routine so that we can draw some gears. Let's draw one in here. Let's just see what happens. So if you've never drawn gears with me, we're going to do this again right now. I need 5 circles. 5 concentric circles. So I'm going to choose my smallest one. Where do I want to put it? About here. You can do this freehand if you want. I'm just choosing to use this because I have it. Is this? I'll try this one for the second one. I think I am, yeah, for sure. I'm going to put a gear in here. Yeah. TSS Tech Angel, who said it could be summer in October? I know. I'm almost mad. But hey, we all partook in this. We all did this. So I'm kind of mad at myself, I suppose. It's so hot. Caroline says, love this. Oh, the design. I hope you like the design. We're going to be playing around with that today. Yeah. You bought the fine liners. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like them a lot. Are you talking about these fine liners? Yeah, this random, the Mipor pen line. I shouldn't say it like that. It's just, I say it in like Spanish, like a Mexican. Mipor pen line. They're really good though. They're kind of cheap and they're good. So hopefully I'm remembering how to gap my circles, but generally it's 5 concentric circles. Those last 2 can be kind of close together. Hopefully I remember how to do this close enough. It should be fine. Okay. And of course notice I'm using a pencil. It's perfectly fine to use a pencil. You don't need to ruin yourself trying to create perfection right off the bat. It's okay to use a pencil. The best artists use them. Jude said it was miserable rain. Oh, was it like a cold rain? We could use some of that over here. Can you send me that? Just fax it to me, please. Email it to me. I don't know, just something like that. I'll take some rain. That'd be really nice. Melissa also loves the rain. And Bebop temps are high 60s, but it just won't stop raining. So you've got almost like a humid rain, don't you? Yeah. It feels like the weather is crazy, but I'm trying, at least personally, I'm trying to think of maybe the weather's always been a little crazy and we just don't like it when things change. Okay, so this is the middle of my gear, so this is essentially kind of like a little, like a screw. That's why it's got a line down the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some little arms. So I'm just going to create these pairs of lines. Of course, you could be drawing your own thing right now. You don't have to draw gears with me. You can try them if you like. So what I'm going to draw are these little arms, kind of, I want 6 of them. I'm going to try my best to put them in a nice place. So there's 4 of them. Try to make them equidistant. Placed as best as I can, and there we go. So these are going to be the little arms that support the outer ring for this thing. And now I'm just going to draw in. I'm going to draw it in. Let's count my circles. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I'm missing one more. You're right. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I just noticed actually that I was missing another one. Is this the one I just used? Let's go up a little more. That's too big. This one? Yeah, so this 5th circle, and yes, you are right, I did not do enough circles. I skimped on the circles, didn't I? That 5th one is where I put the little teeth on the gear. That's why I said 5 and then I didn't draw 5. So let's keep going here. And so now I'm drawing these little segments in the spaces in between the bars. And they're not exact, but you know what? I'm only human. It's as good as it's gonna get here. I can try to tweak them a little bit once I go around and get them all in there. Only human. I know sometimes it kind of seems like I'm artificial intelligence, but I'm still human. There we go. So those are pretty good. And yeah, in those last 2 circles, we're going to do little teeth. Little teeth? I think that's what they're called. The teeth of the gear. Should be kind of interesting. Oztangle, I may have missed a couple of comments, but Oztangle asked where I am. I'm in California. Southern California. Melissa's asking, does it always have to be 5? To make the gear and to kind of get everything in the right place? Yes. That's my magic number, at least. You can kind of skip some of the circles, but 5 kind of gets everything. 5 gets everything. I'm just going to create lines right here where I already had some, and then these are going to be teeth. And I don't think these are enough teeth, so I'm going to add another set in between here. So I'm just going around adding these little dashes. And you can create whatever quantity you like. You're generally going to draw them in sets of 2 dashes. You can see me. Here's one, here's two, like that. And then I'm just gonna zigzag up and down like that, yeah. Yeah, Bebop and Becca, you're in the aftermath of a hurricane. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. Yeah, that the hurricane. Yeah, and you did a lot of drawing while the power was out. Yeah, as long as you're safe, yeah. Because it is, there are some places where things are getting a little bit rough right now. Yeah, I'm looking for my piece of paper that I use on the side here. I think I lost it. I'm one of those people who loses things today. Typical me. Okay, I'm just going to start drawing in my little teeth so I don't get too distracted today. So I'm just gonna zigzag up and down, up and down. Again, if you just kind of freehand put your lines in, make sure they're in sets of twos. That's all, because otherwise you're not going to be able to close it off properly. One for going up, one for going down. That's all it is. I kind of miss those there, but I'll just draw them in. It's fine. Like there or so, and I'm just kind of going around as I draw these in. There we go. Okay, so there's one gear. I'm gonna let that ink set in a little bit better before I erase my pencil marks. But yes, generally I use just 5 concentric circles. And I do believe I want to put a few more gears now that I see it. I'm enjoying it. I won't draw it yet. I'm just gonna do the circles. So while that sets up, I'll show you how you can vary them, because these are pretty much evenly spaced from one circle to the next. But as you draw different ones, you can play around with the spacing on those. I don't want to put it too far out because it's going to be hard to draw it when it's over there. So how about here? Let me pick my inside one. Let's pick that one. Stangle says 5 is everywhere in nature too. Yeah, it's a nice prime number. It does a lot of good stuff. So you can see the first one is for the central part. You could just color that in black. So the second one can be pretty close to it, I think. Who's good? Who can do that? Maybe this one, that second one. I'm gonna put it there real close. I think that the second one, the space between the next one can actually be quite a lot bigger. It can be a nice jump in size, like this. Let's see if that works. Because this is where those bars go. And then the next are for the teeth. So then kind of, let's just go from there. The teethies. I'll ink that in after we kind of play around with some more designs here. There we go. So these are my circles for the next gear that will be over there. Another gear made of 5 rings, so that'll be nice. Yeah. So I'm guessing, I think from the gist of it, I can see you guys are talking about, yeah, people affected by the storm. Yeah, for sure. You got off light, but other people weren't so lucky. Yeah. Inform me, you guys, those of you who know a little bit more about the storm. How bad is it? Like, is it really bad? Because I know I've heard what I've heard, but I guess from your experience, how is it? I'd love to hear from you guys. What's going on there? I'm going to start adding just some of these designs over here on the side. I'll keep it here, and I'm going to start kind of adding some things here. Okay. Yeah. Hi Zen Mama. Hello. Yeah. Hundreds missing. Oh. Hi Victoria. Hello. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so people are still missing. So there was a lot of flooding, wasn't there? There's lots of water. I wish we could figure out a way to stop that. It's always the same thing. It's always... Because it's not just one part of a storm that hurts you. It's the aftermath. And then the time wasted looking for the people instead of just... Yeah, devastation. Which areas do you guys think were affected the most? I'm just asking because I don't have a habit of generally watching the news, so I haven't really kept an eye on it last few days. I don't know where things are at. And I know there are quite a few people who are viewers of the channel who are in those areas too. Okay, so I just kind of added a darker line here, and I'm going to start adding some shapes. What kind of shapes? Okay, so I'm going to be adding these arcs around it just for fun. And they're a little bit rounded off like that. I will do a handful of them and just kind of go around like that. That's how this whole thing starts. Yeah. Let me add one here. And I will add one. I'll add one here that's a little bit longer. Something like this. You can almost think of these as petals, possibly. They almost look like petals. They're all sorts of different sizes. Like that. And I'm just going to go around, just keep adding more, just as I see fit. And right now I'm using the size 1. This is the one I'm using right now. Yeah, definitely. Bebop and Becca wrote, it's really, really bad. Entire towns, villages wiped out, literally gone. Okay. North Carolina, southwestern Virginia, Kentucky. Damn. I'll see if I want to look up some of the news reports. I want to see what they're saying right now. Yeah. That's not good. I don't really know too many people in those states, so personally, or family members or anything like that. But still, it's rough. It's very rough. Most of the damage in the Appalachians. Oh, really? I wonder how people are dealing with that. I guess sometimes I wonder, like, what would I do? How would I deal with that? Trying to survive on your own. If nobody can get to you, what do you do? It's rough. Okay. So I've gone around and added these kind of arches, and I almost feel like they're like tabs or petals. So I just went around, and it's kind of haphazard, which is what makes it nice and fun. So I think I've got enough for this one right now. So I am going to switch to my slightly smaller pen right now. Slightly smaller. Back to the 04. I'm going to start adding some more stuff here. Yeah, Oz Tangle wrote, I hope aid is getting through. Yeah, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I know that there are lots and lots of people who work hard to help others. And of course, if you know any organizations that you like to donate to, there's always that. I know lots of people do that. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out which parts I want to fill in. I'm going to fill these in. I already know they're going to be black. I already know that. So I'll do it. I think one thing that I always asked myself when I was figuring out if I wanted to do this whole thing on YouTube, kind of share my work or draw with other people, I always wondered if I was capable of, I'm trying to figure out what to say exactly, but like, here we are trying to just have fun. I know it's nicer when we kind of keep it lighthearted and just like nice and fun. You know, like how does it feel to have a good time, essentially, when everything feels really difficult, when there's a lot of horrible stuff going on in the world, you know? And I wonder if it feels like putting on the blinders or something like that, but I don't know. At least on my part, I don't feel like I'm ignoring those things. I keep an eye on things and I try to do what I can. I'm not ignoring it. It's just we can't sit around stressing about things all the time. That's really, for me, that's what this is. I can't stress out 100% of the time, so I might as well enjoy the parts of life that I can. And for me personally, at least share those. And that's why I'm here. Because I know there might be a few people who could use this. A little bit of drawing time. A little bit of fun time. Might be nice. So I'm just adding these little arches here. I hope it looks okay. Sometimes I can't tell how this is going to look until I kind of layer a few of these. So we are going to discover this together right now. Yeah. Tash wrote, I think it's important worldwide that people have go bags or bug out bags ready at all times. Oh yeah. Yeah, like to be prepared in case something happens. Yeah. And it's okay to observe without being attached. Is what Oztangle wrote. Yeah, and I think it's just part of finding your own mental clarity is that understanding that things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes that's going to be happening to you. Sometimes it's going to be happening to other people. And you're not responsible for everything. You're responsible for yourself. And then everything else, at least that's my thinking, is all the other things is you do what you can and do your best. Do what you're able to. There we go. For a lot of these, I think I'm going to add that second line so that it kind of frames it in. I think it's a good device to help keep the designs kind of organized. So I'm going to do that for a handful of them. Probably this one too. There we go. Like that. And then I'm going to be adding lots of lines, so kind of like these, just lots of different types of lines to each one of them. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be kind of like a grill. Like a grill. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that one's good. I have another one. Yeah, see, I really like that one, where the lines are like thick line, thick and thin, like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just reading what Bebop and Becca wrote about someone buying out the entire stock of Starlink in West Virginia to set up communications. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Yeah. It's good, at least. It's good that somebody's doing something about it. That's really nice. And then I've got a hello from Hello Space Boy. Hi. Yeah, hello. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to put those lines in. I'm going to try it in this one since it's a little bit of a long piece. That's where I'm gonna go. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Hello, Space Boy. That's a very fun name you got. Very nice. Let me do my best to make a thick line and then a not so thick line. That's what I'm doing. And I'm also hoping to not get my fingers in the way. My fingers like to block out. There we go. And then a smaller one, sort of. I got a little bit bigger. Yeah, hello. Oh, yes. You said, hi, Betsy, big fan. Nice. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining. Love the way you make the borders. Just bad at measuring. Yeah. Hey, we've all got our strengths and our weaknesses, right? Strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, hello, Space Boy says, Auntie Jessie. Oh, yeah. That's my girl. My homie. Yeah. Jessie's my homie. Nice. I'm glad you're here. We keep it chill. We just kind of hang out and draw, and we're like grannies over here. Just being really calm and relaxed and just chatting about stuff. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you have fun. There we go. Should we do some shading? Shall we do shading as we go through? Because I know we can do that. I'm picking a pencil. This pencil that I have is, you can't really see it on the pencil. I wonder if I have one that you should be able to see better. Okay, there we go. This is going to help me make darker lines. This is General's Layout Extra Black number 555. I think it's similar to a 5B. I believe that's what it is. So it's relatively dark. It's a good shade. So I'm going to add some shading here. And I just need the tiniest bit because this pencil is a bit on the dark side, so I just need a tiny bit of a shadow there so that I can use my blending stump. I'm just going to try to gently... The only annoying part is you guys might see some shine here just because of the angle of the lamp. I'll try not to get carried away. So there, and then I'm going to add a little bit over here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna go around doing that to the rest of my little fan shapes here. My tiny fans, little fans. Let's do. Okay, so these I'm gonna do a little bit of pen flicking. A little pen flicking. Some of you know what that is already, yeah. Allison Murray from Australia, hello. I hope I said that right. 3 people from Australia. I think because it's just the perfect time right now for those of you who are on that side of the world right now. Yeah, it's a nice time, huh? It's a nice time of day. Still kind of nice. It's not too late. So there we go. I'm just flicking my pen. And because I know I wanted that piece of paper, if you give me a second, I'm just going to grab a piece of paper. I had one, and I feel better when I have something to put my hand on, and yet I don't know what happened to it. Back to the pen flicking. Flicking my pen. Somebody's got to do it. Someone's got to flick that pen. So if you've never flicked your pen before, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to make lines where your pen, at the beginning when you put it down, you put more pressure, and then as you release, you kind of just flick it. Gives you these little eyelash effect. Your lines are nicely tapered. They look much better that way. Because otherwise, if you just draw a normal line like this, it's kind of truncated at the end and it doesn't look so pretty. It doesn't look as pretty. Like, it's alright. But pen flicking is the thing. There we go. There we go. Flicked it. Yeah. TSS Take Angel says friends are saying North Carolina got hit really badly with the flooding. North Carolina. So is it, gosh, is it everybody? Is it everybody all the way up the north? It's a whole lot of, how far north did it go? I'm wondering, yeah. Much love to all affected. Allison Murray said yes, you said it right. Hi. Yeah, no, I'm glad. No, I'm glad. Gosh, now I really need to look it up because it seems to be, there are a lot of problems all over the place right now because of that. Because of that storm. I'm just erasing the pencil marks I made for this gear here. Trying not to ruin all of the shading I did, so I'm using this is just a makeup brush to get rid of all the little bits. It's easier. Sometimes with my fingers I'll smear everything. So you'll probably see me using that. Okay, so let me rotate some more. We're gonna find some more spaces here. Let's go to that one. And I think I'm just going to make these little lines. And these I do desire to keep these truncated, so I'm just keeping the same pressure all the way to the end of the line. So just like that. But I'm not touching that outer edge. That's all I'm doing. I'm essentially doing the same thing over and over with each one of these, but just kind of changing it slightly. So very slightly. You can see it's a little wonky in some places, and that's fine. It's okay to have some wonk. Nothing wrong with that. Bebop and Becca, the pen flick. It took you a while. It does take practice. It really does. It takes practice, yeah. No lie. And you can do it with any size pen, since we're talking about the pen flick. Even you may want to start with a bigger pen. And this is the thing you're practicing. Like that. You're trying to get that nice taper. And you can try with some bigger markers. You can try with a smaller pen, but it's worth practicing. Just like that. That's the pen flick. That's what you're trying to get. A nice tapered line. And it does require some control, so it's a good exercise. I'm gonna work my way around to this segment right here. Let's see, what do I want to put inside of it? I have a lot of choices here. How about something like, okay, this is kind of nice. I'll do that. So just some really simple lines, just kind of with gaps in between them. I know I can draw other designs. I'm just kind of going off of the ones I've drawn before because it just makes it easier to make a choice. There we go. So like that, a little bit spread apart. I think. Still practicing the pen flick. Yeah, you gotta practice. It cut a diagonal swath from Georgia through western North Carolina. So it went inland. It just went right through. Yeah, dang. I really need to go get informed. I want to find out what's going on with all that. I'm going to do some little tiny pen flicks inside of here. Just like that. Lots of itty bitty ones. Teeny tiny pen flicks. Essentially, I'm just trying to do some shading here without resorting to using the pencil. And if you're not comfortable doing this, you can just use a pencil. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. It is not a problem. Okay, and then this one, I think I want to do these arches, but I'm not going to color them in. I'm just going to leave them open like that. So an arch like that. And like that. Wonky little shapes. And like that. I think that should be good enough right there. I should do it. Okay, and since I'm going to leave it like that, I think I do want to put some shading in there. So I'm going to bring in my pencil to help a little. Just a little bit. And it might look good with only shading in there, I don't know. That's what I'm going to try right now. Just spread it out a little bit. See how that looks for a hot minute there. I'll add a little shading to the bottom of some of these, or what I consider to be the bottom right here, just along that inner edge. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, this is, as you can see, this one is tedious. It takes some time, but I love it so much. I love, love, love it. And I know I still have one more here, and then I would like to create another kind of gear here. Start putting things around it would be really nice. That's the plan for right now. That's the plan. Yeah, TSS Take Angel. I think you wrote a couple of things. Let me check them out right here. You said you're gonna practice with the pen flick. Yeah, for sure. And then you wrote, do you have advice on practicing the borders or maybe a base measurement that works? Yeah. Your borders. Are you referring, and so this is for TSS Tech Angel, you're talking about borders. Are you referring to this border all the way around that I'm kind of creating a frame with? Is that the frame you're referring to? Because for that I did use this. I used this. So you know, it wasn't with my eyeballs. It wasn't with my natural eyeballs that I did this. This ruler made it absolutely perfect. Or unless you're talking about over here, if you can clarify, then I'll know what to say. Yeah, for sure. And then Sandra wrote, there's lots of YouTube videos on North Carolina and Tennessee flooding. Yeah, I'll look that up today. I need to know. I want to know. I'm curious now about how things are looking for them right now. Yeah, Ostangle said, looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just gonna fill in a few spaces that I know are just gonna be black. Okay, so I think this looks cute. So far I have not mixed the look of gears with this sort of design of mine. I had not done that yet, but I'm glad I did now. It's fun. It's quite fun. Let me fill this one in with a bunch of little lines now. Make sure I finish it up. Sometimes I fear that I talk too much, but I feel like if anyone who's here, you're here because you wanna do some chatting and some catching up. It's not just drawing. At least that's why I join people for their live streams. It's the chattiness is kind of fun. Let me do some shading here on this little edge. Just a little bit goes a long way. Use my blending stump a little. Just a little. I guess little is the word today, is little. Little. Okay. And I'm gonna work on this gear over here. Start inking some of that in, so I'm gonna turn it around. There we go. And I think for this one, I am going to just color the center black. Just gonna let it vanish. That is my choice for this one. Just gonna let it disappear. There we go. Yeah, Ostangles said, and I think I missed one by TSS Tech and Joey said the frame borders. Oh, you have bad eyesight too. The square ruler. Yeah, definitely. This is, and I did mention this earlier, but since TSS Tech Angel is asking, yeah, this is a quad ruler. I think that's how you can look it up. So it's a clear quad ruler, I believe. Yeah, the best brand you'll find it from is Westcott. This one is kind of like an off brand that I have. But yeah, that's going to help you a lot. You can find little ones like this. I take these with me when I'm crafting. Yeah, here we go. This one's a Westcott. It's a good brand. This one's really sturdy and it feels nice. But yeah, that ruler's gonna help you a lot. I'm super blind. I gotta wear my glasses all the time, otherwise I don't see anything. Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. A mechanical flower. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and Oztangle says you like the chatter. Chatter's fun. It keeps things fun, doesn't it? Let me use my pencil to get those guidelines in. I am gonna make this gear different than that one for funsies. For funsies and, I don't know, for profit or something, I don't know. So rather than the 6, let's do just 3. 3 looks fun. Let's see if I can get them evenly spaced. Get this thing looking good. So again, I'm just adding these bars like that. I'm trying to space them out evenly. It's pretty good. And then use my, oh, this one's too big. The 04. 04 is good. And I tend to kind of round it off. So rather than making that line too sharp where they connect, I round it off nicely. It looks like a bean. It's like this little bean shape right there. And I will rotate as I handle the others. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, TSS Taken Jill said you bought the quad ruler. Okay. Each square row is 1/4 of an inch. Yes, it is. Yep. It's 1/4 inch quad. Just like graph paper. It's my preferred dimensions of graph paper is 1/4 inch. Yep. So now you have a sense of this here because I used 2 little lines. The sense of being, well, let me show in a little bit clearer. This whole thing is an inch. So if you see all the tiny little lines, you see that? It's broken up into 8 pieces. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 little pieces per inch. So it's super, super tiny. You can get about as much definition as you like. So yeah, the border I have is 1/4 of an inch, I believe. I think this is pretty good. I think I'm good with where this is at. I'm going to color in black, just like the other one. This part I do like to keep just like that. It helps make it nice and obvious what the design is. And again, I know I'm twisting around and around a lot. I hope that's not too disorienting. It might be for anyone. Let me know. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Or maybe you enjoy being dizzy. That's fine too. Just a little dizzy. Yeah. Sunshine Star Child. From California. Hello. Hello. We're drawing gears. We're drawing gears and gear thingies. Gear related thingies. I just need to draw some teeth on this guy. And I think I am going to stick with the same quantity as the other one. So here's, or maybe I won't, I don't know. Here's 2 sets. Here are 2 more. I'm kind of just doing quadrants right now, and then I'll just kind of fill in after that. Another, hopefully I can get them in there real proper, like I'm just working in each quadrant. It won't be perfect, but that's to be expected. There we go. And again, I'm drawing them in sets of 2s, otherwise it's not going to line up. Here's 2, here's 2, here's the last one. So this one's in the middle, and then here's 2, and then here's 2. Good enough. Good enough. Now we're gonna ink it in. Give it some of that completeness. Okay. And of course my pencil marks aren't perfect, so as I go in inking it, I'll try to adjust for those little imperfections and just try to kind of level everything off nicely. As best I can. I try. I'll try my best. Okie doke. Let me just make sure everything's working okay. There we go. And I tend to kind of angle the lines on these teeth here. Makes it look slightly more believable. Slightly. Okay, let's go around. I always worry that one of these days I won't actually put enough lines and then it won't line up and it's gonna look a little sad. But I think I put in enough lines. Yep, okay. That's good. We're good. We're good on lines. There we go. So there's our second gear. Slightly different. Slightly different. It helps create a little more variation in there. So there we go. That's the one with just 3 bars. Just 3 bars inside of it. I think I should be able to erase. This ink soaks in fairly quickly. Yeah, I'll just erase right now. And get the rest now. Is it good? Yep, we're good. I think the other day I tried erasing a little too soon and I ended up smearing some of the ink. I was pretty sad. There we go. With the power of the makeup brush here. Okay, there we go. So let's see. Now I need to decide. I think I am just going to continue that design of adding those, what did we call it? Sort of like petals. Sort of petals. So I am going to start by kind of making this darker, this border. It's a good way to keep it from getting lost. So let's do that real quick here. Yep. Oh, Mama Boom Bam says, always a pleasure to join in. Thank you for sharing tips and words of wisdom. No, thank you. Thank you. I'm just here. I really do mean it. I just want to be here in case anybody needs company. That's why I want to be here. I'm glad you're all here. You could draw by yourself. You could sit in your nice quiet room and draw by yourself, but sometimes that's not what we want. Sometimes it's nice to draw with somebody else. That's why I'm here. Drawing my crazy mechanical flowers. Alright, let's see. So it looks a little wonky right now, but not to worry, that'll kind of fade away. That will clean itself up in due time. Let's find some more good stuff to put here. So I feel like, should I just put another circle around it? Maybe a circle might be nice. I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to attempt it. Just trying not to get too carried away with it. I think I'll try it. Let's do it. I'm just gonna do it straight with the pen. I'm just trying to line it up so it's about as centered as I can get it. Let's do it. Just trying to be adventurous. There we go. So this is going to frame it a little bit. And so my idea here is that I will do the pen flick all the way around. I'll flick that pen like a boss, really, like a champion. And it'll sort of create a little bit of shading here. Some kind of champion pen flicker here. Just watch me go. Just so it creates a bit of a gradient between the gear and that circle that contains it. Or I could use the pencil if I wanted to. But I think we're flicking the pen today. Just like that. Good practice. Yeah, good practice. Sylvia, hello. Yeah, hello. We're flicking the pen today. We're flicking it. It's happening. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying the design so far. I had no idea I was going to do any of this, and I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are having fun too. You got your air conditioners going, hopefully. Got something cool to drink, hopefully. Maybe a snack. Just a little snack. I'm just going to keep rotating this as I flick it. Move this. So you can see there the kind of the awkwardness of that line sort of vanishes there as I add all this little bit of shading here. It all just vanishes. So that's perfectly fine. This one might be a little too wonky right here, but I'll let it be. I'll just leave it alone. There we go. And I believe my finger's getting in the way, but I'm trying my best. I have to hold the pen up at a fairly vertical angle, like kind of like this. I can't lean it too much because this pen doesn't like writing too much at an angle, so I do apologize if my thumb keeps blocking the way sometimes. The thumb is quite intrusive. There we go. Almost done though. Looks pretty nice. Almost done. And there, I think that looks pretty good. There's the power of the pen flick. There you have it. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding a few more things around it, just to start having some fun around that one. So let's see. I do also like it when I have these lines, these bands that kind of go the other way. So I want to have some of those in there. I do want to have some of those in there. For now, let's start putting some of those little segments in first. Let me set this one aside here. Hostangle, you're sure having fun. I'm in a strange mental place right now, so I'm hoping that it's not too overwhelming for anybody. I've had a long day. I had a long day. Long day. Like a long day. So I really was looking forward to kind of hanging out and drawing with you guys. Long day. Let's see. I'll just put a few simple petals. I might need to darken this line. I think I will. Yeah, I will do that first. Just because it ended up being such a delicate little line. I don't want it kind of getting lost in the chaos. Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. We don't want things getting lost in the chaos. I think that might be my personal mantra today. You can't avoid the chaos, but you can try to work your way through it. Try not to get lost. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think that line just needed to be bolder. I want to do that one. That one looks good. Okay, so I'm going to make a larger one here. Right here. Very large. There we go. Yeah, I want to do that one here for sure. And I'll make a kind of a long one here. So these are going to be very exaggerated. It looks interesting. At least I think it looks interesting. Yeah, definitely. Bebop and Becca said, really brings the gear forward. Yeah, I'm thinking you're talking about the bold line. Yeah, it helps make it come forward. Amster Damsel says live. Awesome stumble. Yeah, we are live right now. Yeah, if you enjoy the live streams, definitely I am going to, for the rest of this month at the very least, continue to have have some scheduled lives for those of you who prefer kind of knowing ahead of time. And then sometimes the lives will be kind of, spur of the moment. Yes, I believe the next one that I'll certainly schedule will be for Saturday again. For Saturday. And in between, I'll probably do a few different things for my Inktober stuff. Which way? I'm just turning it around just to see where I want to put things. I will put one here next to it, not crossing it, but next to it. Here. Sometimes it gets a little weird, but it's okay. That's how it is. Things get weird before they get better. There we go. That's what I wanted. Some of these bars that kind of go along the circle. Because I didn't really have too many over here. And okay, so this is where I'm going to allow this to kind of spill past my border a little. So I'm going to go like this. And like this. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. I think that's pretty good. And I will likely still add more things. Here's one. Maybe here. I'm just trying to make it look pretty like haphazard. Just let it kind of do its thing. I can definitely add like a bar here that goes this way. And this is going to be a good spot to connect things, but I'm not going to draw the lines yet. I kind of want just one more right here. I kind of do. Something kind of exaggerated. Let me rearrange it just so I can see better. As I start working my way outward from that central element, I need to kind of grasp at the angles, because then they start getting wonky and I don't like them anymore. So I'll show you. I'm drawing lines just kind of radiating out from the center there, so that when I draw something there, I'll have some nice lines to create it on. So I'm going to draw this kind of exaggerated one right here. Close enough. Yeah, because they start getting just a little wonky. Or maybe just a little too wonky. There we go. So those are the shapes we're going to fill in right now. Let me zoom out a little so you can see it. We're going to fill those in. There's a chance I might still add a third gear, but I'm not certain yet. I'm not there yet. But maybe. Amsterdamsel Groovy attending TeslaCon in November. So your brain is saturated in steampunk. Wow. Your work inspires me. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. I hope you're having fun. I love steampunk stuff. Love it. Love it. Love it, love it. So this is kind of like my version, a little bit steampunk, but a little bit of my kind of Mayan sort of designs, kind of mechanical. It's good stuff. All right, let's fill some of this in. I'd like to make a little more progress on this. So much chatter, so much drawing. Keep this here for inspiration, for inspo. Because the one that I first said I really wanted to do is, I'll point at it, it's this one right here. This one. So I'm going to alternate between a box and a line. So I want to rotate because this is a mess. There we go. So there's no frame in here. I didn't do a frame for it. I think it looks nice like that. So I think I'm going to use a pencil to begin with, because I'm afraid I might not be able to fit them in properly. So I'm going to use a pencil. So here's a box and a line. That's essentially just getting penciled in really gently. I was hoping to be able to fit them in. So it's a box and a line, alternating. There we go. And I did sharpen my pencils right before we got started. I wanted them to be ready. Nice, sharp, dangerous pencils. Okay, a box and a line. Box. Will it fit? I think it'll fit. Yeah, I'm gonna end on a box. Not that it's necessary, of course. I know I get kind of caught up in these things. It's not necessary for it to be a certain way. It's just nice if it kind of, fits. It's nice if it fits. So it did. It's good. I'm willing to go in with the pen now. And again, this is the 04. It's the 04. And I think what I am going to do is this line here. Let's see. Hello, Monique says hi. Hello. Yeah, hello. This part that's just a single line, I'm going to stop right here and put a little dot. It's almost like the letter I. That's what I want to do. That's slightly different. So like this. This is good. I like that. That works. That works for me. That very much works. Let's do that again. So then stick with the dot. A line with a dot. I feel like on these days when it's kind of been a long day, it's like I need to release the steam from my brain, from the brain case. After spending hours taking care of responsibilities and talking to people, making phone calls and spending money, I kind of just want to come home and play like a kid again. I feel like that's what this is for me. That's what this is. It's going from adult life to kid life. Nice little jump. Because at least for me, I did used to do this as a kid. I did spend so much of my time doing this kind of thing as a kid. I loved it so much. Back then, I didn't know that I was kind of creating for myself a life of art. But I just did it because I wanted to. I just wanted to. I wanted to just have a notebook, and I wanted to have some pens and pencils, and I just wanted to draw. I wanted to draw and doodle. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm here doing it again. I can't stop. I just can't stop. Yeah, Gabby. Gabby says hi. Hello. Yeah, hello. Glad you caught the live. Yeah. What time is it? Wow, an hour and 13 minutes. I will probably be able to stick around until about 6:30. So you can be here for a little while with us. Yeah. I did feel from the beginning that this was probably going to be a 2-hour long engagement. 2 hours of me being weird and having fun. Before I shade this in, I want to erase these kind of pencil marks that are already here. I don't want to have to try to fiddle with them. So let me just erase those. Where's the thingy? Let's clean this up. I have a bad habit of flicking my eraser bits away from me, and then they all end up in the deep end of my desk, and they all just hang out there and remind me that I need to clean my desk. So I'm trying to learn to flick them towards me so that at least they end up on the floor where I can vacuum them up or sweep them up. Strange habits, strange artist habits that we have to develop. So there we go. That's what I wanted. And now I'm going to use my pencil here to add a little bit of Oztangle said, oh yay, getting more. Get another cup of tea. Yeah, that's enough time for another cup of tea. Perfect. Like actual tea. I'm referring to real tea, like a real cup of real tea. Yes. Miss Melissa says, oh no, me too. Yeah, hey, get your fun where you can. Get your fun where you can. Go warm up some water, have some tea. I don't know, go get a Diet Coke or something, whatever your poison is. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading here just for fun. It makes life interesting. And also it's nice to show it because I have had a lot of people ask me about shading, so this is how I do it. Keep your pencils dangerously sharp and go in with your pencil nearly laying down. Go in real gentle and then a little bit of a blending stump to give you a nice gradient. Can help you quite a bit. Very satisfying. So here we go. I'm just spreading out my little shading that I did here. That's pretty good. Okay. Alright, so in this one, it's a bit of a wonky shape. So what I am going to do just to get it started is I'm just going to kind of truncate this right here. Just going to cut it off. I feel like I don't want it and I don't need it, so it's just going to be black right there. So there's that. And then I think I'm going to create a couple of small bands inside of it. So this way and this way. Like that. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Yeah, Amsterdamsel said, weird is normal. It is, right? It really is. It's too... I feel sometimes like my time and my life are too precious to spend it being totally serious. So I gotta let it out. Just let it out. Be a kid, just have some fun. There's no point. You don't need to stress out all the time. Maybe sometimes stress out a little bit. Just a little bit. And then get out your art supplies and start drawing and painting. That's the best thing. I will add a little shading. I'm just gonna use my regular pencil. It's just an HB. Add a little shading along these two edges here. That's usually my preferred place to add shading. Along the edges. See? It's pretty easy. Okay, let's find... I think this one's gonna look cute, so... Let's see... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So in this one right here, again, I'm working without the little frame. So I think I just want to do just kind of this line with a... kind of like a pinhead. I think that's what we're gonna call it, a pinhead. And I'm going to try to alternate them so one gets shorter and then one gets taller, like that. I think that's gonna be the deal for that one. So, shorter one, longer one, shorter, longer, that's how this one's gonna go. Pretty easy, nice and cute. Very much, very much. Alan, hello. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, hello. These kind of lines with the dot at the end remind me of, what should I call it? I want to call it like electrical circuits. Like on the, what are they called? Like the computer boards, you know, the sheet where everything's kind of super tiny right there and they're kind of printed by a computer, just like that. All those teeny tiny little lines that are on there. I've been trying to figure out a way to incorporate that into a design, but I just haven't quite gotten around to figuring it out. I would like to figure it out sometime soon. It would be very interesting to get some kind of cyberpunk. I do like cyberpunk quite a bit, so that would be very nice. Okay, I am going to start adding these kind of frames into a couple of these. I think I need some framed in. Not this one, maybe this one. I think I want to do something different with that. I'll frame this one in right here. Give it a little frame. try adjust it a little. There we go. A little frame can help make it pop a little. Let's do one here. Oh, there it goes. I don't know, for some reason it's hard to control the pen sometimes. Yeah, I mean the pen is mightier than the sword, so that makes sense. It's pretty mighty. I think, yeah, I am gonna put a border in this one too, like a little frame. Just gotta take it slow. Just take it slow. Everything comes together in due time. There we go. Okay, so those are the ones that I want little borders in. Let's see. I think this one, since I wanted it to be this way, I'm going to kind of split it this way. I shall split it, and I'll put dots in this one. Just itty bitty dots. Should be fine. Okay, so what can we put in that one? I am going to start kind of reusing, recycling some of the designs as I go through here. I think this one, instead of it being like a band of something, let me rotate. Rotate. Let's turn you around. I'll make these little arches. Itty bitty arches. That's good. And I think I'll fill them in with black. That should work. Yep. I'll fill them in. Oh. Yep, okay. I did have a hell of a headache earlier though. Like, you know those headaches that just kind of kick your behind? This particular headache was just something like on one side of my cranium in a very particular spot, and it was pulsing. It was pulsing. And when I would sit up, I just wanted to go get water, and I felt it just throbbing, and I'm like, what is your problem today? Yeah, but it did go down quite a bit. I took a Tylenol and some allergy medication, and it kind of dulled it, but it was so weird. Yeah, I think Alan wrote about the electronic circuit diagrams using the line symbols. Yeah. My husband's into that. My husband's into that a whole lot, yeah. He's pretty good with electronics, and he understands how to read the diagrams and stuff. I've never really gotten into it, so. But yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the Sweep Life says, love your channel and your artwork. Thank you. The Sweep Life, huh? It's really interesting. I like that. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. Join us. Draw with us. We're just playing around. And of course, same for everyone who watches afterwards. I appreciate that too. I know that there are quite a few folks who check it out, hours later or days later when they have the time, and that's nice too. I appreciate that. When you're ready, when you have the time, you can have some fun. I do that often with some of my favorite artists. I know they do live streams, but sometimes I can't make it. It's fine. Easy enough. Let's blend this. Blend it. blend it with a blender like a smoothie. There we go. So smooth. I'm still trying to decide how I want to do that long wonky one. Long and wonky. Lunky. I'm trying to remember what was I thinking. What was I thinking? Which one was I going to do? What was I thinking? It must have been one of these. I just didn't quite remember. I think I'll do that. Let's try that. My brain works. I have a brain and it works. Let's do this one. Okay, so I'm trying to attack this long one. And so what I wanted to do is draw these lines around the two edges and kind of stop them right there. Like that. So it's creating like a little bit of like the appearance of concavity. It's gonna look kind of like in a spoon where it's kind of cupped in. That's my idea. Maybe that's not what's happening, but that's what I'm thinking. And then I'm just gonna throw some lines in here. Kind of gonna flick them a little. I think that's what I wanted, like that. I think. Let's see how that looks. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Put a little bit of shading in here. Try to achieve a look here. Okay, that sort of gets it across. I think it sort of does. Close enough. And this one, I think I want to do those arches again. They're just going to be longer. They're going to be kind of long and slender. Like that. Again, it's just a lot of the same elements just repeated or changed slightly. Repeated or changed slightly. So there we go. I'm going to keep going around. That's pretty good. I think I'll just do some lines here in this one. Just lines. These are going to be pretty close together. I think of these as like a grill. You know, like I always picture like the front of a train, that big grill that it has on the front, something like that. That's what I always think of. Like the old school cars with just that big grill on the front makes it look like it's got teeth or something. Just like that. That's what I'm thinking of. That's the grill I'm talking about. Where is my blender? There we go. My little friend. A little bit of shading. There we go. Alright, so we've got a couple more left on the other side that we can still fill in right now. Yeah. Yes, we do. Hi, Tash. Tash says, "Hey, Miss Betsy, how's your cat?" Yeah, my cat, my boy cat, you're talking about my big boy cat? He is probably sleeping here somewhere. Yeah. I'm just grabbing something to write with. This is his name. He's got a girl's name. Kind of. I named him Belle. Yeah, I named him Belle. Yeah, like not Belle as in like Bella, but just like a cowbell. Yeah, he's a black and white floofball. And it's a fine tradition in my husband's, like his sister would name cats after like cows. I think she had a cat named Jersey, and then there were a couple of others that had really cute names like cows because they were all black and white kitties. So this cat came from their cats. He's a baby, and I adopted him, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna follow the tradition. I named him Belle after Cowbell. He is doing fine, by the way. He is a very fine cat, and he is my biggest boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, Tash said yes, your boy cat Belle. Yeah. He is just a black and white cowbell. He is a big floofy boy, and he knows it. I just bought him a new brush today. I just bought him a new brush, like a slicker brush. Those of you who have pets, you probably know the slicker brush. It's It's got like these really fine, like wire bristles. I wasn't sure if he would like it, but oh my gosh, did he love it. Loved it. Like, I can tell he's growing up. He used to always fight the brush. He was so funny. Every time I was like, come here, boy, I'm brushing you. He was like, no, you're not. And he'd bite it. He would bite it and fight it and be like, no. He would tell me, no, you're not going to brush me. And he'd run away. It was always a struggle, but it was a funny struggle. But now, as soon as I brought this slicker brush, he started kind of, he started rubbing on it and just kind of like, he didn't fight it at all. He just really enjoyed it. It was really cute. And he is now a very soft boy. It's very nice. It's good all the way around because he's shedding like crazy right now. He is leaving hair everywhere. And he is a big fluffy boy, so he's got lots of hair to spare. Yeah, too cute. Oh, I love my boy cat. Some of you have pets. You know how it feels. It's like they're part of your family. And this little boy is I had no idea when I got him that he was going to be a gigantocat. I had no idea. In fact, I even thought he was a girl cat because he was so fluffy we couldn't determine his gender when he was little. And then I ended up finding out he's a boy cat. I was like, that's fine. It's perfectly fine if he's a boy cat. It's going to be my little boy. And then I knew he was going to be a big cat when he wasn't even 6 months old and he already weighed like 10 pounds. Sorry, not, did I say 6 weeks? I hope I didn't say that. 6 months old, yeah. Maybe I misspoke it, but yeah, he was not even 6 months old and he weighed 10 pounds. He's such a big boy. I'm like, you're still just like a baby. How can you weigh so much? He was skinny and long. And now he weighs about 19 pounds. He's just a big floof. I'm trying to figure out what I want to put here. What would fit well. Yeah. Oh, Jude, you have to go. Wow, 2 a.m. for you. Yeah. Get some rest. Yeah, I'm glad that you were here. That's really nice. Thank you for joining. No, really, really, thank you. Yeah, get some good sleep. You don't want to be all tired when you go to work. Yeah, for sure. Got the winter coat coming in. Yeah, I'm trying to see what kind of designs I want to put on that big one. I think I want to try to replicate that other one again. And maybe this one I can do the kind of pen flick again. I think that's what's going to happen here. Okay, I have decided. Yeah, good night. Or good morning, who knows, whatever you want to call it. Good night or good morning. I think the pen flick is about to happen on this one here. Yeah, this one I think I'm going to do kind of shorter than longer. Yeah, I am very impressed. Thank you so much for those of you who are joining, and it's kind of like a wonky time for you. I especially appreciate that. Don't lose sleep though. Get your sleep. Get your sleep. I have heard that I have a very soothing voice, so maybe that helps. Maybe I'm just kind of chitter-chattering here and you can fall asleep to that. That works too. We can do that. Gonna add a little shading just for fun, just to see if it looks good. A little bit here for science. Yeah. If I can find the boy cat, I'll have him say hello, but I think he's hiding right now. He's probably having a good nap right now. He's having a good kitty nap. And then over here, okay, I think I know how I'm gonna do it this time. I'm trying to achieve that whole thick line, thin line thing. I don't think I did it very well last time. So I'm going to use like the bigger pen and then the smaller pen, and then see how if I can get the lines to line up properly. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, Jude said you get the notifications. Okay, so that's good. So that way you'll be able to catch them. You're retired. Oh, good. Good, I think. Hopefully you're not too bored. Yeah. Good, good. Very good. Looks like eyelashes. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, the pen flick. The pen flick, it gives you kind of that eyelash look. Okay, so I'm going to draw some pretty solid lines here. Let's see if I can make this work. And I'll leave a little bit of a gap in between them. I want these to be my bolder lines. Maybe I'll accomplish this time. I don't think I did it too great last time. So this pen is the one that I have. That's a size 1. So it's 1, I think, is it millimeter? Is it 1 millimeter? So I'm just creating these bolder lines about here. There we go. Bold lines. There we go. Maybe that'll turn out better this time. And now I'm going to use the smaller one to make a smaller line in between. Let's hope for the best. I have a habit of kind of pressing down sometimes with the smaller pen, and then I end up making a bold line anyway. So I'm going to try to keep my hand steady. There we go. It's a simple difference, but I think it makes a difference to kind of have control over the way the lines look. There we go. One more. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So like a thick line and a thin line. That's what I definitely wanted. Let me get a sip of water. Water from a teacup. Okay, so now we've got these guys in. I think this is a good time to kind of just start filling it in with all sorts of kind of geometric-ish shapes. I think it's a good time to start filling it in like that. Let's do some of that. Let's do it. So I am going to be using the size 1 pen. Since these are kind of some outlines I'm going to lay out. Lay out the outlines. That's what I'm going to do. Let me see. Let's see. I think I like some of those triangles. I am going to put in a few triangles. Let me just figure out where. What kind of triangle do I want? Let me go this way. Let's go this way. I think I want it. So many decisions. I want it to kind of stick out past that frame that I initially drew. I do like it with some of these things kind of float out there. Let's try this a little bit. Living life on the edge. There we go. So it is a triangle, but it is a little bit rounded off. It's not super pointy. Not super pointy. I do want a few more. I want to repeat that. So I think I'll put one here. I'll put one right here. About here. It is also going to kind of work its way out like that. There. And I think I'd like one more. I want one more triangle. Down here, I think will be good. This one will be more like a, what is it? Is it an isosceles? So 2 that are very similar. And just cap it off this way. Close enough. Rounded corners. Okay, so that's what we've got here. Those are the triangles. Triangles, and let's see, a few more elements before I end up doing all the filler. I think I'd like another little circular thing here. So just like with so many of my other drawings, my attempt as I'm kind of putting these things here is I'm trying to place elements that I just want to be in the foreground. That's what I'm doing right now. And so these are happening now so that I don't forget them later. That's all that I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of putting the important stuff in a way. And I do want to have a few boxes, like these really large kind of grills. So I think it's going to be a box right here. That's a good spot. A box here. Again, some of these are going to spill out a little bit. Just a little bit of spillover. Maybe something up here. I think this one's going to be a box, but it's going to be kind of hiding under that right there. And I feel like I want one more, but I think so far as setting up my elements in the front, this is fine. Now I'm going to do some filler, and this part actually happens a little bit faster than you may think. A little faster than you may think. So I'll kind of just get to it, and you'll see what happens. There's going to be a whole lot of kind of concentric arcs, and I will actually show you as I talk about it, because it's going to be a little we already used some concentric circles when we made these guys here. And so when it's the arcs, maybe concentric isn't the exact word, but I'm just talking about arcs that kind of lay over each other like that. So like rainbows, we're going to use a lot of that. And then we're going to use a lot of parallel lines like that. What other kind of thing do I use? I think it pretty much just comes down to that. A lot of just repetition of lines that follow the same kind of curvatures. Or no curvature, just like these. Kind of technical sounding, but it isn't. Just repeating lines. So let's draw some in here. I don't want the big pen anymore. I don't want it. Don't need it. Back to the 04. So let's do parallel lines. So here, I'm just going to do some here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'll add 6, 7. That's pretty good. That's a good number. And then on the edge, that edge line is going to be a little thicker. That's all. There's one. I did one. You don't have to do that many lines, but sometimes it's okay to do a whole bunch of them like that. It's good stuff. Let's do over here this kind of curve. Like that. Like a J. It kind of looks like a letter J. Repeating lines. And I'm just going to add a few more. I'm just going to repeat it. Here's the second one, the third one. I think I'm going to add another one like that. And again, the edge ones, I'm going to add a little more to them. There we go. Lots of repeating lines. And as you start getting into these little tight spaces, you can add a little more if you want, or just color it in black. It's up to you. I'll add a tiny bit more. I'm just kind of going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe one more. Some of that leftover space can just be colored in. Or draw more in there, whatever you want. For this one, I like to just kind of fill it in. So there it is, nice and easy. Just repeating lines, lots of repeating lines. It's what helps make it look kind of like a mechanism. Looks like cables and cords. Yeah. Bebop and Becca, you're off to watch the presidential debate. Oh yeah, good luck with that. Good luck. Let us know what happens. I'll probably check on things later for that too. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'll see you later. Hopefully in the next live stream. Yep. Have a good night. I'm gonna just keep adding lines here. So here we go. I'm gonna do another sequence here of these kind of straight ones. Straightaways like that. There we go. And that's pretty much just what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep going around, kind of adding curves. Like this. These almost look like rainbows. almost. I can do a whole bunch of them or just a few. It's good either way. Put that darker line in. There we go. And then there's another thing I like to do, and I don't know what else to call it other than flags. I feel like I'm kind of drawing these little flags. And let's see where I can do that. I'll probably start right here on this edge. So what I like to do is 2 lines, one longer than the other, like that. And then I connect them like that. So I don't know why I feel that that's a flag, but that's what my brain is telling me it is. It's like just like a piece that just sort of sticks out. And then what I'll use that for is I'll kind of create this sort of repetition of these kind of bars next to it. It's just fun. It's just for fun. There we go. Just kind of jut out like that, and they look kind of cool, I think. So I will do that throughout a few spaces. Let me add some kind of curved lines here. It's pretty good. Let's add some more of these kind of jutting out. It's like these little boxes and bars. Boxes and bars, that's what we've got. Just gonna keep adding some more curves and lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do another one. Right there, that's pretty good. Kind of like little rainbows. Itty bitty rainbows. So the fun part is going to be later doing all of that shading and just kind of seeing what happens when you add shading. I might not have time for that today though, I don't know. I don't think I'll have time for too much shading. Okay, but it's going to come along pretty nicely. Let's see, what time is it right now? What have we got? Looks like we've been here for an hour and 47 minutes, so yeah, it looks like maybe just another 10 minutes or so. And then we can all have a nice little break. Just a nice break. And then you can work on your drawings later. There we go. I'm gonna add these kind of vertical lines inside of here, just nice easy ones. Nice easy grill. Or those grills I keep talking about. Do some barbecuing right here. There we go. Okay. I think I want to keep the border here now. So I am just going to ink this in. So this is the stage at which I kind of look around and decide which parts of the border I keep. So there's that. Which means that I'm just going to kind of do some lines here. I'm gonna keep them really close together. I'm kind of just filling this area in. That's all I'm doing. So this way, like that, and then I think I'm just gonna go the other way in the rest of the space like that. It doesn't have to make sense, it just has to fill the space. Just like that. Pretty easy. Okay, and I think I want to work down here. Start filling this in. So like that. Let's kind of embolden this line. We will embolden it. Starting to close off that border here. And I'll zoom out a little just because I know I'm kind of close right now, and that way you can see a little bit more of the larger picture. Okay, so let's add this. 3, 4, 5 is pretty good. 5 is a good number today. It's a good number, it makes a lot of sense. Lots of arches. They look nice. And just fill in the little empty spaces. There's no need to do anything with them. And I think I like it better like that. There we go. And I could put in maybe some circles here and there, so that's something I might kind of put in there. It's always nice to have a few spheres. I'm gonna grab my template, I know I call it a template. What do you call something like this? It's a something. What's the word? That's kind of the problem with English not being my first language, is that sometimes the words are just gone. I'm like, what's that thing? And someone's like, you mean a shoe? And I'm like, yeah. That's absolutely what I was thinking, is a shoe. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that sometimes it's the simplest words will kind of run away from me. That's a nice size. I want a couple of little circles just kind of hiding throughout, just like peeking through. So I'm going to put a few of those around. I remember now, it's a stencil, isn't it? It's a stencil. That's what it is. Oh, the words. Words are hard today. Yeah. Carrie, hello. Hi, you caught us toward the end of it. We're kind of just like, I announced just a minute ago that these are going to be like the last 10 minutes or so, because look at everything we did already. We got a good progress on this drawing. And it's kind of late today, but I'll likely be working on this tomorrow morning to finish it. But hello. Hello there, hello there. Greetings and welcome. I'm doing circles with a stencil. I have the word now. Circles with a stencil. I usually don't do that, but it's kind of nice. They look pretty. Nice, perfect little circles. I want to put one here that it kind of connects these two things. A connected circle. There we go. And I want to put them in before I get carried away, and then there isn't any space left for circles. So I'm doing it now. That's good right there. What other spot needs a circle? Up here probably. I'm gonna do this one here. I think somebody said the last time that there's no way you can have too many circles. Just put all the circles in there. Just have fun with it. I'm gonna put one right here. Can't have too many circles. I like that. I like that with all the little spheres there, all these little bubbles. Perfect little bubbles. Let's put one of these guys right here. I want it to kind of jut out past the border here. Just like that. This little guy just kind of sticking out there. And I think I'm good with that right now. I think that's enough circles. I think it's good. Good stuff. Gonna add a few more right here. Just gonna start going in for those lines. And sometimes I leave them kind of wide like this, just so they look a little different. So some wider lines. Like that. And sometimes you can make them a little wobbly like that. That's always nice. Just like that. Yeah. Yep. Gabby. It's a stencil. I know, the word it took me a hot minute. Ostangle, yours is called a Mathomate? Is it a brand? Is that the brand name of it? And Carrie said you'll have to rewatch later. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, you can see how we got here. Let's see what happened that we ended up here. It was actually kind of nice. I love it when there's no plan and it all just kind of turns out really nice like this. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Just gonna add some lines. I'm trying to remember that some of my lines can be a little bit more delicate. They don't all have to be super dark or super bold. Yes, you like the neat circles. Isn't it kind of nice? I know I'm perfectly happy to draw in some like hand-drawn circles, but dang, I do agree. I absolutely agree. Like these little perfect circles have a feeling about them that just kind of fits really nicely with the sort of a steampunk kind of thing. It fits nicely. I'm going to put a shape in here. Similar shape. And I think that for all of these where I'm going to put these sort of grills, I want them all to be vertical. I think it's going to be a nice bit of continuity. The lines won't be perfect, but the look will be there, where all the grills will be vertical. I think that's what I'm going to go for. So there we go, there's that. I'm just going to keep going. I want to put a few more of these, what did I call them, that I felt they're kind of like flags. I want a few more of those. And I believe they're going to happen over here as I keep scooting this way. This one's a little shorter. And I'll start connecting all these things while I'm here. It'll kind of help out a little bit. So some curves. And I do believe I'm going to keep the frame right here, just like that. So I can just start closing it off. It does work up kind of quickly. It's a bit surprising sometimes when this part seems like it could be complicated, and I suppose in its own way it is, but also it's not too complicated. It's doable. I'll draw a big one right here like that. Just like that. Complicated, but not complicated. I'm sure that makes all sorts of sense. Makes so much sense. And there we go. So that's where it goes. I will add some more of this, but only after I get some things in here. So let's just keep adding more arches. These kind of rainbowy bits. I keep thinking of these as rainbows. Nice curved lines like that. Let's see, let me turn this a little. Sometimes just straight lines will do. Kind of like that. Straight lines. Yeah, it's nice, just these little kind of circles sprinkled throughout. It looks nice. They look cute. And I'm gonna do some more right here. And I think I'm just going to fill this space in. So you can kind of see the gist. This is how it happens. This kind of thing, this sort of thing, at least this is how I do it for now. It's fun. Probably in the future I'll change it. I'll start adding more things. This is what it's doing right now. It's pretty good. So let's do more going up. And it's kind of fun because all you have to do is kind of change the direction. It's just the same thing. You're just going to point it in a different direction. It fills it in really nicely. Looks interesting. And when you go in to start doing your shading, that's when you're gonna get it to pop so much more. You know, spend your time there. And I'll just add a little bit of shading to a couple of these just to show you. And then, yeah, we'll call it a night, won't we? Call it a night. So there we go, just some simple shading. All I do is I kind of hit these edges right here, the edges where it looks like they're overlapping, and just put a tiny bit of graphite there. Just gives you a little bit of a shadow. Or if you've got those watercolor markers or anything like that, that's what works. So you see I'm kind of hitting the edge with the pencil like that. Look at that. It's so much fun. Just watching it, the way it kind of just starts to pop out like that. It's so interesting. So again, just going over the little edges where it looks like it's overlapping. And just soften it a little. So neat. Let me do this edge right here. This is going to be interesting. Alright, so I think this is a good spot. It's exactly 2 hours. It's been a while, hasn't it? Look at what we created. This was quite a bit. I know sometimes these drawings can take a while, but this is a good way to practice just some patience and just kind of spend some time with yourself. You know, learn to create something. So this is what we got done for today. I am going to move on as I keep making more drawings for Inktober. I'm just going to keep moving on. But I do promise that as I get a handful of these, probably on day 5, I will make a quick video where I show you guys everything. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you all for joining me today. This was so much fun. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I really, really do hope that you all have a wonderful night or a wonderful morning wherever you're at. I will see you again very soon. Have a good night, my friends. Bye.